I don't think we talk enough about the economy. And when we do, we present it in a way that makes people want to holler and throw up their hands. They don't understand it. What I want to do is to make the economy understandable. I want to create riveting program that has people glued to their seat.
Nothing on television today looks deeply into economic issues from a multicultural perspective like the Malveaux Report.
Economics is a study of who gets what, when, where, and why. The Malveaux Report is my way of looking at those issues, especially as they affect people of color.
Bringing social and economic issues to the forefront of the American agenda.
Why do African American people have less than 5% of the nation's wealth? Why is there such resistance to Native American gambling? How does corporate America plan to respond to the more than $1 trillion in spending power that people of color have? People of color are a third of our nation. What affects them affects the whole nation, the health of our nation from a social, economic, political, and cultural perspective. The Malveaux Report is a way of breaking down informational barriers. We'll look at the week's economic headlines, but we'll also develop in-depth features that affect people of color in the economy. What's going on with the black farmer? The economic status of Native American people. Let's look at bilinguality and how it affects our economy. Final piece of the show, tiny little piece but important, Spotlight. We'll look at or lift up someone, movement, person, organization doing something positive around people of color in the economy.
Dr. Malveaux holds a PhD in economics from MIT and is a nationally recognized television contributor.
I'm an economist by training, a communicator by inclination, and a teacher professor in the marrow of my bones. That's why economic issues excite me, and that's why I want other people to be excited about them.
Julianne Malveaux appears on programs like Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, BET Nightly News, The O'Reilly Report, The Morning Business Report, and Politically Incorrect.
Diversity is a key principle of the program, and we will model diversity, racial, ethnic, gender, international, and ideological diversity in every aspect of the show. The goal is to stimulate conversation about who gets what, when, where, and why.
There are more than 80 million people of color in the United States, and their numbers are growing. The Malveaux Report will offer a clearer view of these communities from an economic vantage.
African Americans spend more proportionally than others do on food, on media, on phone services. The Asian population is interesting because it's of higher status, higher education than the rest of the nation's population. And the Latino population, rapidly growing, is much younger than the rest of the population. Everything has an economic component, not only here in the United States, but also internationally. What effect does globalization, or the proliferation of technology, our changing work structure, the changing influence of trade unions have on the economic status of people of color, not only here, but in other parts of the world?
Wealth building and economic access are often referred to as the final stage of the civil rights movement. The Malveaux Report will also explore issues of economic justice, fair pay, and income distribution.
People remember Dr. Martin Luther King's speech when he said, "I have a dream that people will be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin." But they forget that in the very same speech he said, "We have come to the nation's capital to cash a check, and that check has been marked insufficient funds." He was concerned about issues of economic justice, the very issues that we'll deal with in the Malveaux Report.
There is no one who can deliver and lead this discussion better than Julianne Malveaux.
Everybody will be interested in this program, but it's particularly targeted at people who care about economic issues, who understand the role that economics plays in their lives or who want to understand it. People who are affluent, upper and middle income people, who seek to understand and get their hands around this thing, the economy. People who hear Alan Greenspan and say, "I want to know a little bit more about that." People who are following the news. People who you frequently call opinion leaders, opinion shapers. They've seen me, they've followed me over the years. They want to know what I'm up to now, and right now we're up to the Malveaux Report.